The story takes us to the fall of 2020 when I was driving back from visiting a friend in Michigan when a storm rolled in. It was one of those downpours where you can barely see past your headlights, and after nearly hydroplaning twice, I decided I wasn't going to risk the rest of my 3-hour drive home. I pulled off the highway into a small town I thought I'd never heard of. The only place with a vacancy sign glowing through the rain was a one-story motel called the Red Lantern Inn. The neon sign buzzed faintly. Inside, a middle-aged man with greasy hair was watching an old tube TV behind the counter. He barely looked up when I asked for a room. He just pushed a wooden keychain across the counter with a number 7 carved into it. His hands were filthy, almost like he'd been working on an engine all day. The room wasn't disgusting, but it wasn't great either. Faded curtains, mismatched furniture, a stiff bed. But the strangest thing was the smell. Not mold, not cigarettes, but something faintly metallic, kind of like rust. I tried to shake it off and showered and laid down with the TV humming in the background. And around midnight, I woke up to the sound of heavy footsteps passing right outside my window. The gravel crunched slowly, deliberately, stopping just beyond the thin curtains. I held my breath, waiting for a sound of a car door or knock, but neither came. Instead, the footsteps continued, pacing back and forth in front of my room for what felt like hours. When I finally worked up the nerve to peek through the curtain, the parking lot was completely empty. Not a single car. Nothing, just mine. Uneasy, I locked the door and tried to go back to sleep. But around 2 a.m., I woke again, this time to the sound of the TV flickering on by itself. Only it wasn't showing static or a channel. The screen glowed solid red. Then I heard it. Someone whispering inside the room. Not outside. Not through the wall. Inside. The voice was so faint I could barely make it out. But it was close, like someone was crouched right beside the bed. Frozen in terror, I reached for my phone, but the screen wouldn't turn on. Neither would the lamp. The only light in the whole entire room was the red glow from the TV. I don't know what possessed me, but I grabbed the key off the nightstand and bolted for the door. As soon as I stepped out into the rain, the TV cut off and the entire motel just went black. No lights in any of the other rooms, no hum from the office sign, just silence and rain. I drove straight through the night, soaked and shaking, and by the time the sun came up, I was states away. A week later, I looked up the Red Lantern Inn to tell a friend about what happened. But nothing came up. No website, no reviews, not even an old listing. It's like the place doesn't exist. To this day, I don't know if I imagined it all in a half-asleep haze, or if I stumbled into something I was never supposed to find.